Okay, so today we are going to continue with chapter 4, which is continuous probability distribution. Before this, we did discrete. Discrete meaning we can count it. That's why your event starts with number of. Now is continuous. Continuous meaning is continuous data. What is continuous data from semester 2? Data that comes with units like grams, cm, things that we cannot count. We only can measure. This is continuous distribution. Okay, so we will have 3 learning outcomes. Basically here you will have normal probability. Normal distribution is similar to semester 2, just a little bit more extension. Then we will have normal change to binomial, normal change to Poisson, which we will not do just yet. Okay, so for normal distribution, your learning outcomes is to recognize, how to recognize normal distribution, which I will show you later. Define the event, which we have been doing. Define the distribution. Convert the normal to standard. This one also you did in semester 2, where you change it to z-score, and then you know how to use the equalities and inequalities of normal distribution. The right hand tail, using the calculator to find. Before this, in semester 2, you find up to z-score and then you stop there. Now we will find the probability using your calculators. Alright, normal distribution will give you 2 things, which is mean and standard deviation or variance. Okay, like binomial gives you n and p. Poisson gives you lambda. Normal distribution gives you mean and standard deviation, or sometimes variance. Alright, so as usual, you will define the event first, but here it won't start with number of, because number of is things you can count, is in chapter 3, is discrete distribution. Okay, whereas this is continuous, so it will be whatever like you're talking about in the question, like weight of bags, length of pencils, things that you can measure with units. This is what you call continuous. Okay, so if you look at these 2 events, let me show you the difference. Weight of a bag less than 3 kgs, that is normal. That means weight of the bag, that's normal distribution. If it's a binomial distribution, it will start with number of bags. Alright, so these are the few examples that you have. So you will define the distribution, like by binomial you had b with n and p. Poisson you had your lambda. So this is n, it will be mean with variance. So if they give you the question, if the mean is 6 and the standard deviation is 2, you define it as 6 comma 2 square. Don't write 4, write 2 square. Do you understand? If the mean is 6 and the variance is 9, you will write it as 6 comma 3 squared, not 9. Understand? Because this is the format of defining normal distribution. Now you need to convert the normal to standard. You have done this in semester 2. This is only new terms only. Normal to standard. Normal is basically changing it to z-score. Same like semester 2. How you change to z-score? X minus mean divide standard deviation. Same thing. So if your normal distribution is 6 comma 2 squared, that means your mean is 6. 2 squared is your standard deviation. So how to change to z-score? 8 minus 6 divide 2. That is how you get 1. 8 basically minus mean divide standard deviation. Same goes to this. If your x is less or equals to 7, how to change to z-score? 7 minus 6 divide 2. That is how you get 0.5. Minus mean divide standard deviation. Same concept as semester 2. The only terms that are new to you here is from normal to standard normal. That's it. Alright? Okay, for normal distribution, there are few things that you must know. It is different from chapter 3. Students always make mistakes here. When they tell you x is equal to something, it is always 0. The probability of it is always 0. Why is it always 0? I will show you later. Okay, for continuous distribution, for normal distribution, you only have more equals to or less or equals to. Don't have more than and less than. Don't have. If they tell you x is more than a, you only for chapter 4 you do this. You change it to more equals to a. If they say x is less than b, you will change it to less or equal to b. Do you understand? This is only for chapter 4. This is because this is continuous distribution. Okay, this is a common mistake within students. If it's normal distribution, they tell you x is more than 3, you change it straight away to more equal to 3. Do you understand? Alright. So I'll show you here, if it's binomial and Poisson, if x is less than 3, what does less than 3 tell you when you count is 0, 1, 2, right? So that is for binomial and Poisson, lesser or equal to 2. Whereas for continuous normal, it will be lesser or equal to 3. Do you understand? Okay, more than 3. What does more than 3 tell you when it's binomial? It's 4 and more, isn't it? So that's why you change it. But whereas for normal, it will be more equal to 3. So this is where you need to know the difference, because if you don't know the difference, you're going to make many mistakes. Okay, so now let me show you. There's something wrong here with the picture, I think. Right, let's adjust it a little bit so you'll be able to see what's going on. Okay, so now if Z is more equals to A, what am I saying? Is on this side lah. You understand? More equals to is right, less or equals to is left. That's it. It's as simple as that. It's just following number line only. Alright? Okay, I don't understand why is this like that. So now if Z is from A to B, this is what you call A to B. You understand? Alright, this is between A to B. Now if they say they want Z is less than A, this is less than A. Z is more than B, more than B. Understand? But if they use like this example here is from A to B, then you shade the whole thing. Understand? Alright, so now, okay, once you know how to use all that, you need to know how to use your calculator. So this is basically for the black calculators. For the silver calculators, I'll send you the link later on. Okay, you will change your mode to SD, shift 33. Shift 33 will tell you R. R is telling you what? You know, R is telling you the right hand side. Okay, R is telling you the right hand side. So if Z is more equal to A, let's say now you have Z more equals to 1.74. So 1.74, if you draw the curve, it's on the right hand side, right? So you put R 1.74, you will get this. Understand? You straight away get it. You don't need to use the table. I would advise you to always use your calculator rather than the table actually. Z is less or equals to 1.74. So if Z is less or equals to 1.74, if you draw the curve, it will be on the left hand side, isn't it? So 1 minus the right, or you can use P. In your calculator, you will see P as well. P is left hand side, R is right hand side. Do you understand? P is left hand side, R is right hand side. So however you want to do it, however you're convenient, is up to you. So if Z is more equals to, if always more equals to, you use the right. If less or equals to, you know is the left, you can use the left. Okay, this is from 0.93 to 2.01. Okay, so you take the right of 0.93 minus the right of 2.01. All right, and you will get the answer. Your z-score should always be in 2 decimal places only. If you put it in any other decimal place, you should know that you're already going to get it wrong. Your answer will be different. Okay, so let's look at exercise 4.1. Question 1. I believe you should be able to do this. Shouldn't be a problem. You use your calculator. Z is less or equals to 1.74. You want the left hand side. You look for the left hand side. Z is from 0 to 2.1. If you cannot see, draw the curve. Alright, draw the curve and you should be able to find the probability. You understand? Okay, draw the curve and you should be able to see. If you cannot, please reach out to me and I will sort it out, help you out with that. Okay, so let's look at example 1. Hundreds of people were asked to guess the length of a particular line which is known to be 45 mm long. There were many guesses from the participants and the lengths guessed were normally distributed with a mean of 34 mm, standard deviation of 5. When you see got mean and standard deviation, you know it's normal distribution. What proportion? Proportion tells you your answer must be in percentage. Was under 45 mm in length. So let's first of all define the event. It is the length of the line. Define the probability. It's a normal distribution with an n of 34 and a standard deviation of 5. Normal distribution, can you see, is less or equals to 45? You see in the question earlier, it said under 45, right? Under 45 is supposed to be less than 45. But this is normal distribution. I already highlighted just now. It will be less or equal to 45. Then you change it to z-score. Less or equal to 45, you'll get less or equal to 2.2. How to find z-score? 45 minus mean divide standard deviation. Other words, 45 minus 34 divide 5. You get 2.2. So less or equals to 2.2, you can use the P in your calculator, or if you don't like to use P, you can just 1 minus the right hand side, you will get the answer. But they want proportion, so you change it to percentage. Same goes to exercise 4.1. The only mistake a lot of you will make is in part F, because they have given you the whole calculation. Part E, 1 over 3. You need to change it to 2 dp. You don't go and put in the whole thing, your answer will be different. Same goes to this here. I have highlighted it in a bracket here. Your z-score must be in 2 dp. So a lot of students make mistakes here. If your z-score is not in 2 dp, your probability will obviously be different. Okay, so I'll just go through the questions, but as you are going along, you can pause and continue, all right? Normally distributed, mean of 52, standard deviation 12. So you define your event and distribution, and then you can see here I've defined it for you. X is test scores, and is this. So now they ask you X is lesser or equal to 64, you change to Z-score and find. So basically it's pretty much repetitive, it's the same thing. All right, if you have any issues, you don't know how to find, especially things like this, please ask me, okay? All right, the following normal random variable has a mean of 6. So same thing here. Can you see X is less than 7? What must you do? This is normal distribution. You will change it to X is lesser or equals to 7. See, X is more than 7. You will change it to more or equals to 7. This will also be changed to this sign. This will also be changed to this sign. So please be alert when it comes to this. All right. Okay, so question 5 should be all right as well. Same thing, very repetitive. What proportion? Again, I'm highlighting proportion here because it needs to be in percentage. So shouldn't be a problem. Same goes to this. They've given you the mean, they've given you the standard deviation. All you need to do is basically find the find the Z-score, put it into your calculators and find it. Okay. Now, what proportion of the cups would overflow? If you are talking about overflow, the cup only can have a capacity of 250. So overflow will be more equal to 250. I understand that you have the question where, oh, only more than 250, so Miss must be 251 and above. No. Why? Because this is normal distribution. The moment I say more than 250, it will overflow. You change it to more, equal to 250. You understand? And make sure your Z-score is in 2dp. You should be able to find the answer. Try to use your calculators as much as you can. It's easier than using the table. Okay? Now, a nail making machine makes 40 mm nails. The length of the nails have a normal distribution with a mean of 39.5, 0.2. What proportion of nails would be greater than 40 mm in length? Greater, can you see that? More equals to 40. You find Z-score, shouldn't be a problem. And you change it into proportion, you will get 0.62%, which is greater than 40 mm. This question, a lot of students have asked me before. A nail gun will only accept in the range of 40 plus minus 0.1. What does that tell you? Plus minus 0.1 meaning it will accept 39.9. Where's the 39.9 coming from? 40 minus 0.1. Till 40 plus 0.1. So 39.9 to 40.1. You plus minus 0.1 to it. Do you understand? So you change it to Z-score and you find the answer. Okay, that is not accepted. Now we are looking for not accepted. This one, it will accept from here to here, meaning the probability of it being accepted is 0.0214. They want not accepted. So read carefully. Not accepted, what would you do? Okay, you will 1 minus the answer here. Make sure you don't forget to times 100%. Your final answer will be 97.86%. All right.